Hello everyone. So it absolutely shat it down last night, so I'm expecting that some areas on this trail are going to be waterlogged, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Should be alright. I was just down Sainsbury's, just dropped my girlfriend off down there to just go in the cafe and do a little bit of writing, and the car park was actually flooded. It was crazy. So coming down here, I kind of expected the same, but it's actually looking alright at the moment. But like I said, I'm sure there's going to be areas which are pretty flooded. In fact, this little lake here looks higher than it usually is. So there definitely was some effect down here. I noticed that a lot of the ducks are out of the pond today as well. Or the lake, or whatever it is. I'm not exactly sure what you'd call this. Pond, lake. Yeah, it's a lake, isn't it? I don't bloody know. But either way, the water's risen and the ducks are out. So that's interesting. I guess I don't know, are they not cool with the water rising like that? Some of them are, obviously, because some of them are still in there, but a lot of them have left the building, as it were. So yeah, I don't know why. They obviously sent somethings up though, didn't they? Wow, they've actually wandered down really far. Look, there's one down there. There's a couple down there. Huh. Yeah, so they definitely sent somethings up. Anyway, I filmed this video yesterday, funny enough, but I ended up rambling on for about an hour, so yeah, I thought that's kind of overkill, and I talked about so many different topics. I decided, I could actually split this up into 2 videos and just redo it, really. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, yes, my suspicions were correct. There are indeed puddles. So yeah, how am I feeling? I'm sure some of you are curious. I am feeling a lot better, actually. It felt really, really cathartic doing that video the other day. And I lost a shit ton of subscribers, about 100. But that actually felt quite good. It felt like I was shedding skin, dead skin, purging. And if there's people out there that don't like the real me, the real me being someone that has emotions, and they're not all, happy, sunshine and brightness emotions. Some of them are what people may perceive as negative, and if they can't deal with that, then hey, well, that's their problem. And if they want to go off and unsubscribe, like I said, that's their prerogative. But when it comes from my perspective of it, it actually feels quite good. And I think some of you can relate with this, because I remember hearing Richie, We Are Living Magic on YouTube. He talks about a similar thing when he sees his subscription number dropping. It's actually quite fun to think, oh, I've really pressed a button there, I've really ticked someone off, or I've rubbed someone up the wrong way. And when you're doing that, you're doing something right, because if you're splitting people down the middle like that, then you're touching on important topics, And I'm definitely not one to beat around the bush, and there's no way I ever want to play it safe or think, oh, if I post this video, am I going to lose subscribers? I don't care. Like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and hey, even if I drop to 2,000 subs, 1,000 subs, even if my views start dropping, hey, so be it. I just want to be real, and whoever wants to come along with me for the ride is more than welcome. So anyway, what did I want to talk about today? Mainly, I wanted to talk about the difference between forced anger and natural anger. So the general concept behind this is just letting the ebb and flow of emotions come and go as they please, and never suppressing any of them. I'm not saying that you should hold on to grudges, and that's why I'm saying that forced anger is not necessarily a good thing. That can be quite destructive, emotionally destructive. if you're holding on to resentments for prolonged periods, it can eat away at you, as I was saying in my last video. But don't deny that natural ebb and flow. Like I said, don't hold on to a burning coal. But if you just naturally feel angry in a moment, don't deny yourself that emotion. That's disrespectful to yourself. Embrace the totality of your being, the good and the bad, the light and the dark. It's completely natural to do that. In fact, to do anything other is unnatural. And you're actually doing a disservice to yourself, in my opinion. The way I see it is like emotions are messages. Every time you feel an emotion, your body's telling you something. And to just shun something that you perceive as negative, push it away, say, no, I can't deal with that. Oh, you know, you're deleting a message in your inbox before you even read it. And how dishonouring to yourself. How belittling is that to your consciousness? To think, ego knows best, you know, as in, I know best, I'm going to delete that, I'm not going to look at that, I'm going to push that away. No. Those emotions, that anger you feel, that natural anger, is actually coming from your true self, your inner self. Those are where these emotions come from, in my opinion. It's actually the ego that's trying to suppress that because it can't handle it. Oh, it's too weak and feeble to handle it, you know? And that's pathetic. That really is pathetic. Got a big boy right there. Oh, these trees are wonderful, but size-wise, nothing compared to the redwoods I experienced in 2010. Still awesome, nonetheless. I'm actually really surprised how dry it is. It was quite wet on a few bits down there, but down here is completely dry. And as you can see, this is actually, what's the word, it dips here, sort of thing. So I kind of expected that this might be a little waterlogged, but obviously not. So that's good. The funny thing that I find with people denying themselves their natural emotions is the fact that they still feel them, they still get angry, they still get stressed, but they're in denial about it. People get angry about people getting angry. That's a perfect example. You know, irony alert much, and people don't see that. People get stressed about people not chilling. Oh, you know, you're not chilling enough. God damn it, chill. You know, how bloody ironic can you get? And that seems to be a reoccurring theme in the new age. Very, very ironic, hypocritical people, on the whole. Not everyone's like that though, obviously. Oh, look at this. Oh. That was a loud call then. Yeah, this is lovely. So this is the right hand side of the trail. In the first video I went down the left side. In the second video I kind of just walked around in circles. And in this video I've gone down the right side, in case anyone's wondering. So yeah, one last thing before I move on from this is, if you were offended by my anger in the last video, I think that's an important thing for you to look into, you know. Why did it offend you? Why did it press your button? And what is that button that I pressed? For me, awakening, as it were, I hate that word to be honest, but just for the sake of a better one, just for the lack of a better one, should I say, I'll use it. Part of awakening for me is about psychological analysis, you know, not denying these things, not just saying, oh, don't like that, move away, turn away, forget about it. It's about probing deep, and there's no end to the depth that you can probe into your psyche. There truly is no end. And to just come to a halt and say, oh no, enough about myself now. Well, that's that. I think you're letting yourself down. You're doing yourself a disservice. So anyway, just to round up, my general point is don't hold on to anger unnecessarily so, but when it rises naturally within you, don't suppress it. Sit down, talk to it, have a chat, get to know it. Why is it there? What's it telling you? Okay, so another thing I wanted to do was just clarify a few points about the last video. And one of them is why I chose not to expose these people. Some people, accuse me of being a coward, which is, fair enough. I can understand why they'd think that, but that honestly is not the case, because if I was truly a coward, why would I have even brought it up in the first place? I would have just ignored it completely. I would have completely turned away. I wouldn't have said a thing. I would have kept my mouth shut, wouldn't I? If I was truly a coward, which I'm not. So why? Why didn't I expose them? I don't think I went into enough detail about this, so I'm going to now. People were saying, you've basically said that they've got an illegitimate career, and yet you're not willing to tear that career apart. And it's not that. I'm more than willing to do that. I couldn't give a shit about their phony careers, but I do give a shit about them as people. Now, just because some of these people are charlatans, just because some of these people are conning you, it doesn't make them any less human. And it doesn't mean that I'm suddenly going to be heartless and just rip them apart. Now, I know for a fact that at least one of these people that I'm talking about in the last video is mentally unstable. I'm pretty sure 2 of them are, but I can be sure about 1. And so I'm not willing to risk their mental well-being. They're obviously already very much teetering on the edge of their sanity, and for me to just come out and rip not only their careers apart but their lives? No, man, I'm not willing to do that. What I am willing to do is point you to the door and say, are you suspicious of these people? If so, that's the door to walk through, and that's where you're going to find your answers. That's what I am willing to do. And that ties in with the whole idea of, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, but teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. And it's the same principle here. It's the principle of, are you going to become discerning? Are you going to wipe your own bum? Or is mummy going to wipe your bum for the rest of your life, Personally, I think it's much more self-empowering to learn how to wipe your own bum. Yeah, of course, if mum keeps wiping your bum, it's going to stay clean, yeah. But what about when she's not there to wipe it for you? Then what are you going to do? Then you're going to have a dirty arse and you're not going to know how to clean it up yourself. A crude analogy, but hopefully that will stick in your mind, because it really represents what I'm talking about here. And that is, learn how to research these things on your own. Learn how to be discerning on your own. Learn how to spot this bullshit on your own. Yeah, I could name names, and it helps you today, but does it help you tomorrow when you come across another charlatan and you fall for his bullshit again? Or her? But I will admit, I find more charlatans within the male gender. That's just what I've discovered. But I'm sure there are female charlatans out there too. So anyway, the other thing is, I made quite a lot of assertions in that last video. I said things like, the aliens ain't coming. And to the people that said, oh, you said in the first video that you was going to be open-minded, but now you're being closed-minded because you're saying this is what's going to happen. Well, look, the important thing to realise is the specifics aren't important. What I'm saying isn't really important. It's the principle of what I'm saying. And the principle is, yeah, aliens may come down at the end of 2012 and save us all. I'm open to that as a very, very remote possibility. But the principle is still the same. The point still remains. We need to believe in ourselves. We can't be passing the buck and hoping that someone else is going to fix it all. Mum and Dad's going to come back and put it all right again. No, not necessarily. So man up, like I said, grow some balls and take responsibility for yourself. And that is what this awakening should be all about. Not other dimensions and higher selves, but taking responsibility for yourself and your own mind. And another thing to keep in mind is discussion does become very hard without some sort of stance. Just know that whenever I speak, I'm open to the possibility that I am wrong. But regardless, I'm still going to take a stance, because otherwise it's just going to become so hard to move forward with discussion, because I'm going to be thinking, is that too closed-minded? Or what about, someone could take this the wrong way, or someone could take that the wrong way. It's like, I'm just going to say what I feel in the moment, and just know at all times that I am willing to embrace the possibility that I'm completely wrong. But regardless of that, I am going to still take a stance, and that's not a bad thing in my opinion. That's just natural, The other thing is, people are saying, oh, so do you just not believe that there's more to life now? Do you think this is it? And to them I say, no, not really. Like, if I had to wager a bet on it, I'm pretty sure that there is more to life than meets the eye. I'm pretty sure that this isn't all there is. But, again, if you're getting hung up on the semantics of it all, you're missing the point still. My point is not to get distracted. Right now, we're living in volatile times. We're living on the brink of potential disaster. I'm not talking about 2012 and some sort of earth-ending cataclysm or something. Again, that may happen. But what I'm talking about is much more simple. I'm just talking about pollution, social corruption, things that are going wrong with our world. And mainly, it's us that's causing it. So please, right now is not the time to be distracted by this, that and the other. Fairies down the bottom of your garden, higher selves talking to you from Sirius and Arcturus and Orion. It's like none of that matters right now. Stop being distracted by this real life Dungeons and Dragons role-playing game that you're etching out onto reality. It may be real, but it may not be. So please, for the love of God, let's focus on what we know is real and what we know is important. And what we know is important is sorting out the technology situation, becoming more sustainable, sorting out our poisoned food sources, and all these other things, These are the real important points that we need to concentrate on, in my opinion. And another thing to say is, if you think your higher selves lay outside of yourself in some, parallel dimension or whatever, I say fair enough, you can think that, but again, I think you're disempowering yourself in this moment, because I truly believe all the answers lay within. And to just think that, oh, little old third dimensional me don't mean shit. No, yeah, it does. It does. Don't think that. Stop disempowering yourself. Stop thinking, oh, all my answers have to come from my seventh dimensional higher self on Sirius or whatever. No. Grow up and realise that you are a powerful being in this moment, here and now. You don't need anything else but yourself. And obviously, you still want to connect with people and love other people, but in regards to your own personal truth, that can only come from you. And if you believe that your higher selves sort of overlap with you in this moment, then I say, why are you getting caught up in pedantic semantics? If you truly believe that the higher selves are locked within your body here and now, or your being here and now, then why are you bothering even separating it? That's just getting into convoluted speech. And what we should be concentrating on is direct speech that everyone can understand. Not this gibberish that only a small select group of people on the earth are privy to. There's no point in doing that. It's muddying the waters. It's overcomplicating things unnecessarily. Yes, of course I believe that there are different aspects and layers to self, but we can look at it from a very naturalistic, psychological point of view. It doesn't have to be all this airy-fairy nonsense. Let's ground ourselves within this reality. We've created this language for a reason. Let's not butcher it now. Imagine if someone's just waking up and they wander into a group that are talking about all this, higher self this, altered dimension that. I know for a fact it can put some of them off, because I've talked to them and they've said, I just don't relate with this, I don't get this, I don't understand this. What you got to realise, guys, is you're scaring people away, and that's always something I've tried not to do. I've tried to stay very real and grounded in normal terminology. Even when I was into the whole New Age thing, even when I was talking about the higher selves and this, that and the other, I tried to keep it as real as possible, because it's not about trying to impress people with some sort of entertainment routine, showing all your flashy New Age lingo. No, it's about helping people. Well, that's the way I see it, at least. It's about helping people. And you're going to help the most people by talking in simple, basic language that everyone can understand. Another thing that I just want to quickly go back to that I didn't touch on, and I meant to touch on it a minute ago, was subjective interpretations of emotions. It's funny how this works. I put out that video a week ago, and some of you took it as a very angry rant, some of you took it as quite a comedic rant, and some of you just took it as a passionate rant. And I just think that's another really important point to underline, that there's so many interpretations to speech, and that's just another reason why to keep it as simple as you possibly can. Because speech can already, even in its simplest form, be interpreted so many different ways by so many different people. Do you want to add another 1,000 interpretations to that by adding on all this crazy terminology? We're already working with quite a hard tool of communication. Words can be taken in so many different ways. And in a sense, that's a cool thing, that's a creative, sort of beautiful thing. But in another sense, it can really muddy the waters. So just be aware of that and look out for that. And maybe when you find a video annoying, or you find a video offensive, look in the comment section and see how everyone else took it. Because I can guarantee you, there were some people that found it great, that found it passionate, that found it funny. Know that your interpretation of it is a subjective one, and it's certainly not an objective one. Another thing I'm really sick of seeing in the New Age is this whole dick measuring contest thing that's going on. Sometimes it's subtly implied just by tone of voice, and other times it's more obvious. But I've seen it time and time again, and let me give you some examples. I've seen people arguing back and forth with one another about how many people are on their astral healing team. Oh, hey man, I've got 2 people on my astral healing team. Oh, well, mate, that ain't shit. I've got 3 on my astral team, so you're far behind. Oh, really, man? Oh, I thought everyone had 2 on their astral team. No, bruv, 3's the way to go. 3 on the astral team usually shows you're a pretty, pretty evolved individual. Just 2, I mean, hell. You're far behind the curve, bro. You need to catch up with the rest of the group. It's like, fuck off. Seriously, fuck off. I despise that. so much. Or whipping your dicks out, measuring them. I'm more spiritual than you. Yeah. Oh, I've got an inch. I've got an inch on you. Oh, I've got this on you. It's like, grow the fuck up. Honestly. I see it time and time again. Oh, my kundalini's risen more than yours. Oh, where's your kundalini in your spine? Oh, well, mine's still caught in the root chakra. Oh, I've blasted right through the crown. You're so far behind the curve. It's like, honestly, it's infuriating. It's like, why are you making a competition out of this? First, I doubt you're even bloody experiencing it, because if you truly were, you wouldn't be talking in that stupid, childlike way of it being some sort of bloody competition. So first, I doubt you're even experiencing it. And if you are, why belittle someone like that? Why make them feel less evolved than you? Just because, oh, you're experiencing the kundalini rush all the way up to the crown chakra and they're caught in the root chakra. Well, yeah, everyone has got different energetic blockages up their spine. So what? Everyone's on a different path. Everyone's experiencing a different thing. It's not better or worse. Doesn't mean you're more evolved than them. Grow up. Oh God, and this is the funniest one. I was listening into a talk once, and some guy with mental problems, I won't beat around the bush, he had psychological issues, and he was saying to this person that is illuminated within the New Age scene, he was saying, oh, I really need help, I'm feeling weird, I can't get back in contact with my higher self, I've lost contact. Oh, well, bro, please tell me you've integrated your 7 higher selves into your chest. Well, I don't know about that. Oh, bro, really, bro? Oh, schoolboy error, bro. You just don't have a clue. That's why you're not doing this. It's like, oh, God, why? Why are you talking to him like that? You silly, silly little man. Yes, and that is a bit of anger there. But again, nothing wrong with a bit of anger. That's what I'm talking about earlier. That's natural anger. And now I'm not going to hold on to that. I'm going to let that go. But I've told you my feelings on that. And just watch out for these people, because they're everywhere within the New Age scene. Hopefully you've found a little group that are actually pure and have good intentions, you know. But a lot of the people I found were the bullshitters. And it's just not fair. It's just not fair. Don't talk to someone like that. Have some respect. Who do you think you are? Pathetic. So another thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm just going to let that go now. So that was a bit of natural anger coming up, and I let myself feel that in the moment. So another thing I want to talk about is literal change versus wand wavers and channelers. Now, it's really up for debate whether or not these wand wavers and channelers are really helping anything. You know, they claim they're from these other planets and that their star seeds and they've come to save the planet and save society. They claim all these things. Yet all they do is sit around waving wands, busting open portals and channeling their higher selves from Sirius or whatever. And maybe you're making a change, like I keep on saying. I'm open to the possibility, but it's certainly up for debate. And there's definitely one perspective that would say, you're useless, you're not doing anything, you're not helping anything, you're not changing anything, you're just performing, you're just entertaining people, you're just on the stage doing improvised acting. That's all you're doing. Well, like I said, I don't know that for a fact, but that's my true sense of it. These people are just performers. And you can usually tell these people apart because they're making a shitload of money from waving their fucking wands around. They're making a shitload of money from doing improvised acting by pretending to channel some bloody entity from another planet. They may be helping, but it's certainly up for debate. But one thing that's not up for debate are the people that are making a literal change on this planet. The people starting eco-villages, the people creating new technology, new sustainable technology, earth-friendly technology, people that are trying to create new ways of being, new ways of working with each other. You know, these are the people that are making a difference. So much love going out to people like Nathaniel, Maha Nomi. You're making a difference, mate, and good on you, and I've got much love for you for doing it. Honestly have. And I'm sure our paths will cross one day, because we're on very similar ones, even though, you know, I'm not quite at the point you're at yet in regards to literally setting up a new village for new forms of education and new technologies and new ways of working with the planet. I'm not quite there yet, but I want to be, and I'm working towards that, so I'm sure our paths will cross one day. Much love to you. And then there's the people that they're still doing the sort of airy-fairy things, like making Orgonite, but they're also getting stuck into projects and making a change as well. So much love to people like Jordan Levine as well, who goes under the name The Riff Shaman. You know, me and him differ on some points of views, but on the whole, he's making a change, a physical one, a literal one. He wasn't. At one point, he was just sitting around playing with his Orgonite, which I don't think is very productive if that's all you're doing. But now, he's involved with, oh God, what is it? The Eco Project in Barrie, Canada. I can't remember the specifics, but it's some sort of eco festival he's involved with. And anyway, it's good stuff. It's literal change, it's physical change, it's tangible change. It means something, undoubtedly. You know, so much love going out to those people, and more power to you. You know, we're on the brink here, guys. You know, we're at the fork in the road. Which way are we going to go? Now is not the time to be playing with our fucking wands. That could be taken as a euphemism, couldn't it? But now is not the time to be channeling this, channeling that, sitting around playing with our bloody wands. Now's the time to make some real physical change. And so that's what I'm going to do this month. I'm going to go woofing, like I said, and I'm going to train really hard, learn how to work with the planet in harmony, and eventually I'm going to move on to a full-blown project, a full-blown eco-village. Might meet up with Maha Nomi, possibly. That's one potential possibility. Or there's another one rising up in Pennsylvania, which is to do with my the off the grid thing I started a while back, and it kind of went tits up for reasons I won't go into. You know, like I said, I don't want to name names, but things went tits up because of a few particular people. And anyway, before it did go tits up, I had plans to be directly involved with the Pennsylvania project with Bob Wright, who's a wonderful man, and he's one of the guys I gave a shout out to in the original video 3 weeks ago. So yeah, that's another possibility, that's all coming to fruition now. And so once I've done my woofing training, I could possibly offer something towards that. You know, who knows what I'll be able to offer yet, but one thing I know I'll be able to offer is commitment and respect and honour and integrity. I know that for a fact, but those are all sorts of emotions, you know. But when it comes to physical stuff, who knows yet? I need to go through my woofing training, and I need to learn and assimilate and grow my knowledge in regards to all of that. So that's coming soon. 3 weeks left, and during these 3 weeks I'm not just going to sit around twiddling my thumbs. I felt like that for a while, but now I realise that these 3 weeks have been set up for me to purge, to finally let go of all this bullshit, let go of forced anger, never deny myself my true emotions, but let go of the burning coal. These 3 weeks gives me a perfect opportunity to do just that, and so that's what I'm going to do. And I'll be documenting the process over the next 3 weeks, and I'll be documenting the woofing process as well, and I'll be documenting the larger picture as it evolves and grows into me possibly going to some sort of eco-village and getting really stuck in with helping the situation that we're all in. So much love going out to all of you, and I'll speak to you all again soon. See ya.